Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahilladzi an'amna bi ni'matil iman wal islam. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Muhammad wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah rabbul alamin wa asyhadu anna Muhammadar rasulullah khatimun nabiyyin. Amma ba'd. In the name of God, the merciful, the compassionate. Praise to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Lord of all worlds. Prayers and peace be upon our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and on his house and companions. Honored ladies and gentlemen, that guest is coming. That special guest is on its way to come to our life. The guest that all Muslims are waiting for, Ramadan. Ramadan is coming up, ladies and gentlemen. And just because we have seen Ramadan a lot, it doesn't mean that we can just welcome it. Don't make Ramadan just a mere annual phenomenon, my friends. Ramadan is a very special month. We must welcome it with pleasure and joy. And more than that, we must welcome it with full preparation. Many Muslims view Ramadan in one side only. When we heard about Ramadan, what comes to our minds? It must be a month full of blessings, a month full of grace, a month full of forgiveness. Many of us still imagine Ramadan as a month filled with enjoyment. But you know what? Ramadan, if we don't take it right, it can be a nightmare for us on the day of judgment. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said in the hadith narrated by Imam Muslim, "Woe to him, woe to someone. That is someone who enters Ramadan and he lives his days in the month of Ramadan until Ramadan is separated from him and his sins have not been forgiven by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Woe to him, said the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The month of Ramadan, where our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that this month is the month where the gates of heaven are wide open, as a symbol that all access and means of worship are facilitated by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then you don't pray, you're not fasting, you don't recite the Quran, you don't do Tarawih, you don't do Tahajjud, you don't do charity. How outrageous that person is. Ramadan, the month where the gates of hell are tightly closed, as it is said in the authentic hadith. And the demon kingpins are shackled by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then you commit immoral acts, you clubbing, you hang out until 2 a.m. How outrageous that person is. Woe to him. If we don't make our best in the use of this month, woe to us on the day of judgment. The guest will come, knocking on every door of our life. What have we prepared? What should we do to make Ramadan as a blessing for us? The answer is warming up. Warm up, ladies and gentlemen. In the several verses in the Quran, Allah states that the worship is a race. Fastabiqul khairat. So compete in doing good and worship. If a worship is a competition, then what about the season of worship called Ramadan? What about a month full of worship? In this month, there are many variants of worship. So no wonder if some people claim that Ramadan is like an Olympics of piety. Let's just say the analogy is like a competition among athletes. Is there any athlete who participates in the Olympics without warming up, without training camp, without stretching, and then he gets gold medal? No, that's impossible. So now let's ask ourselves, Ramadan is right in front of our eyes. Are we already experts in tahajjud? Are we the top of Quran masters? Are we the top of fasting masters? If we're not, then we enter Ramadan without any preparations, without any stretching. Let's just say there is someone who hasn't recited the Quran for a long time, or maybe he even forgot where he put the mushaf. And then in the first day of Ramadan, he recited 3 juz. He recited 3 juz of Al-Quran. That's impossible. And then he said, I can't. I'm not talented. No, dude. That's not because you're not talented, but you were unprepared. When we compare to the scholars, we're too late. For example, let's just say Al-Imam Al-Mula'i, one of the great scholars, once entered the first of Sha'ban, he took the day off. He closed his shop for 2 months and reopened it in the month of Shawwal. What he busy with? He is busy warming up, reciting the Quran, increasing Qiyamul Layl, increasing the fasting. So it's not surprising if the previous scholars can finish reciting the Quran in just 3 days. Uthman can finish reciting the Quran in just 1 day. This is because they're warming up. They did a lot of preparations in welcoming Ramadan. So the preparation for welcoming Ramadan is important. At least we're not surprised when we enter the first day of Ramadan, because the challenge of Ramadan is big and it is getting bigger in each day. This is evidenced by a phenomenon in the majority of mosques, that in every night the congregation always decreases, and the anticlimax is at dawn prayer during Eid al-Fitr. There is only Imam and Muazzin left in the mosque, and the others busy going back to their hometown, fitting the clothes for Eid, and so on. So the preparation is important. Don't let us spend our Ramadan with only breaking the fast with colleagues or friends, and then we forget to do pray Tarawih, and then we forget to pray Isha in congregation, or maybe even forget to do Maghrib prayer. Na'udzubillah. Once again, the preparation for welcoming Ramadan is important. I can say that it is too late if the spirit of worship is start when the first day of Ramadan. We must be enthusiastic from now on. If we want our meet and greet with Ramadan run successfully, we must do preparation from now on. We must warming up from now on. We must welcome Ramadan not only with joy, but with full preparation. The last I say, let's not waste this glorious month. So that's all I can convey in this occasion. Thank you for watching. May it can be beneficial for us, and I deeply apologize for all mistakes I have done, because the truly is God and the mistake is human. May Allah forgive me and forgive all of us. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.